All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Word with Ty Brownlow. I am your host, Ty Brownlow, and remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I have a very special guest for you. All the way from Nigeria, could you please put your hands together? I'm going to get this name correct. Nkechi. Alade. Hopefully, I got some of that.
Thank you so much.
Now, with Nigeria and Ethiopia being, the most populated countries in Africa, what type of American small businesses do you think would thrive in those countries if these businesses were to expand internationally?
Okay, so I would speak for Nigeria, right? Mm-hmm. And definitely we should be able to reciprocate that in Ethiopia. So in Nigeria, the kind of small businesses that would thrive, I would say food businesses. So you have a lot of American brands already in Nigeria. Mm-hmm. So you have the likes of Domino's here, you have the likes of Cold Stone, you have KFC, you have all those brands here, right? Mm-hmm. So they're able to thrive because that's one of the things that Nigerians love to eat. Another thing that would thrive here is the clothing business, fashion business. Mm-hmm. So Nigerians are very fashionable people. They always want to look good. So, clothing. And then I would say beauty, so makeup. So in fact, probably all American brands are here in Nigeria. So whatever kind of makeup you're looking for, you can find here. So those are some kind of businesses that, Americans can sort of bring into Nigeria that you're sure that they thrive. Also the hair industry. Wigs play a major role here in Nigeria. Yeah, wigs, hair care products, those kind of things, because our kind of hair needs to be maintained, and a lot of women here have sort of gone back to like natural hair without putting a lot of chemicals in it.
Yes.
So with that kind of texture, you need people who understand the hair, people who are able to build products for them. So yeah, a lot of those kind of things thrive here. So yes, there's a very big market for American businesses here.
Oh, okay, all right. So basically anything, definitely within the food industry, but you also see fashion and beauty as well. Those are also some industries.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Okay.
Exactly.
Now, I've heard you, speak on businesses having longevity. Okay. And I've also heard you talk about data and, when it comes to those sort of things. So when it comes to businesses having longevity, why is data, very important, especially in this day and age?
Yeah. So, there's been a study that shows that data is actually now the new oil. Before we all thought oil was the major export, around the world, but it's data now. If you don't have data, you cannot make decisions. So data for, a business owner is as small as just as little as understanding the number of people that call you, where they are calling you from, how they found out about you. Now it helps you to make decisions. So for example, you're trying to run an ad for your business. You need to be able to streamline their interest. Now, how do you know these things if you haven't been capturing data? So I find that a lot of times, business owners will say, oh, we're just a small business. We don't need data. Well, just even being on Instagram or, YouTube, wherever you are, that's already data. And they're trying so hard to give you data. Because when you run a business account on any of these platforms, they're giving you information because they understand that you need this information to make calculated decisions. For example, your audience is between 18 and 25. And then when you're trying to market, you're marketing to 60-year-olds. You're wasting your money because those people are not going to convert. So data is so important that, no business owner should play around with it, because without having accurate data, without paying attention to what the market needs per time. Another thing I would say is that data can change. It evolves. People change. People evolve. Your business can also evolve. With the pandemic, it affected the whole world. Mm-hmm. So certain things changed, right? So you can't say that because, you've been using this data for the past 2 years, you're not going to change anything. That means you're not ready to grow. You're not ready to scale your business. You must be able to understand that data would evolve. Data will change. People's interest change. In Nigeria, for example, people were not so open to the idea of buying things like, let's say, food that they are not sure of the vendor online. But with the pandemic, we couldn't go anywhere. What that meant was that you literally just go on social media, you see something looking all fancy, and you buy it. And you just hope that it's going to taste as good as it looks. So what it meant was that people's risk appetite increased. People were able to make decisions, in a different way. People were not acting the way they were acting before because it was a case of hit or miss. So with that kind of pandemic, things have changed. You need to pay attention to people's new interests. People are able to work from anywhere now. People are able to communicate even better. So a lot of things have changed. You can't say you're running a business now and you can't have a meeting on online, for example. That means you're not ready to have that meeting. You can't be driving from one place to the other anymore. I mean, I'm in Nigeria, you're in America, and we're communicating real time, right?
Yes.
So I mean, that's really the result of it. If you're not able to have the right data for your business, unfortunately, means you're not ready to grow beyond a particular point, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, you know what? Now, I find what you say very key because I've talked about this before, how the pandemic basically, forced pretty much all companies to shift. And for those companies that didn't want to make the shift to the digital age, which we were already in, but now it's just more upfront because of the pandemic, a lot of those companies are now having issues, with keeping up with the competition that's around them now. So I agree.
Very true.
I totally agree. So now let me ask, here in the US, about 40% of small businesses are, ran by women. 35% of those businesses are ran by Black women who face challenges from, they face challenges from limited access to capital, limited access to business networks, limited access to skill development. In your opinion, do these same challenges exist in Africa? If so, what is your advice, or resolution in turning these things around and, making it less challenging for women globally to succeed?
Yeah. So yes, I would say it's a global problem, right? All over the world, women are, fighting to, sort of for their place. They're fighting for, equal pay. They're fighting for their rights, and it definitely affects the business. So in Nigeria, for example, you would find that more women go into business sort of because they want to, from a supporting standpoint, they want to support the family. So a lot of women here don't go into business because they have this fantastic vision and they want to impact the world, right? So you see that, first of all, the notion is already different. So you come into business with the mindset of, I want to support. So because you think that that's what you're coming to do, it's more like you're appealing for people to buy from you because you want to make money from them to be able to support. So you're not thinking to scale, you're not thinking next level, you're not thinking investors, you're not thinking mergers, you're not thinking that way. So what is happening now is that from my own point of view, I try as much as possible to educate women, right? That you're running a fantastic, you're in business. So you don't need to sort of give excuses or give reasons why you charge what you charge. You charge what you charge because you're bringing value. So first of all, there's a mindset shift that, needs to be done, in terms of women understanding and believing more in themselves. There's a lot of, you need to believe in yourself, because if you're not able to believe in yourself, then how do you expect other people to do that? Because truth is that what you give is what you get. So yes, it's a global problem. Yes, women are struggling with all of these things. But I also would say that there are actually a lot of organizations who are giving funds, giving support to female-owned businesses. But what I would say is also happening is that people are not aware of these things. So what you don't know, you don't know. So it means that we need to do a bit more research. We need to ask better questions. We need to apply for these things. If you need to take a course, then do that. If you need to collaborate with somebody, get it done. If you need to go into a partnership, all well and good. Don't limit yourself and say, oh, nobody's going to say yes to me, or I don't know the next steps. I've gotten funding a couple of times for my business. And I mean, I'm a woman, I'm an African, I'm in Nigeria. So what it means is that these things are out there. We just need to sort of seek, and we actually would find them, and make sure that we're tidy enough. Because when it comes to opportunity, when it comes to funding, people want to fund businesses that are well structured. People want to fund businesses where there's actually a vision. People want to fund businesses where there's a plan. People wouldn't fund your business just because they like you, unfortunately. It could like your personality, which is awesome, but there must be something you're bringing to the table which is bigger than just you. So that's what I would say about that.
Okay, all right. Well, and I'm just going to take it from this aspect here, as we go forward, as time marches on, there are going to be, more women coming out with more, businesses or what have you. And I just feel as if, we just need to get with the times, if it's really about, bringing everyone together and empowering everyone as well. Why can't we just do that globally? You know, why can't there be a global conference for women, you know, from, you know, Africa, America, Australia, you know, wherever, you know, all over the world. You know, if you're like a business owner and you're a woman, like I feel there needs to be a conference that way, you know, or, you know, some type of gathering where, you know, everyone can come together, exchange ideas, and pretty much figure out how to move the needle forward for the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years or so, you know, and even further. So I agree wholeheartedly. Okay. Now, can you talk about your platforms? Elbarita, I believe that's the name for it?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the name, exactly.
Okay. Elbarita and Connect 360 Africa, and how they, you know, can help those who want to be successful in their in their respective businesses.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll start with Elbarita. Elbarita is a consulting company, which, you know, I founded in 2015. And, you know, the goal behind that was really that, you know, I personally found that people were struggling, businesses were struggling because they were not able to find, you know, solutions tailor-made to their own businesses, right? These small and medium scale businesses. So I found that for my own strength was really helping people find answers. I would have friends call me, family call me, oh, I have this business idea, what do you think? Oh, I'm trying to do this, what do you think? And these are things I would do just close my eyes and I open them, and I'm so excited to work with you on that project. And I'm like, hey, this is why a lot of businesses fail, because, you know, here in Nigeria, the statistics show that most small businesses might not survive after 5 years. So there's that 5-year struggle. Am I going to make it past this mark or am I not? And really, I started to find that, you know, there were certain reasons why these businesses were not succeeding, and then tailored our services to those things. We also found that, you know, small or medium scale businesses, there's no one size fits all solution to everybody.
True.
So what we run is more like a bespoke service. So for example, you want to write a business, you need a business plan or a market research done for your business. If you all run a fashion business, even if you're 10 and you're all in fashion, everybody's business is different. Everybody's serving a different audience. Okay, great. I think it's clear now. So yeah, Elbarita is a bespoke consulting company. What we do is we work with individuals and business owners who are in the small and medium scale industries, you know, to help them scale, help them start their businesses, help them grow their businesses, help them to differentiate themselves in the market, because we found that, you know, people were unable to really find that differentiating factor. People were unable to stand on their own because they didn't have the proper structure, they didn't have proper processes, they couldn't find the right people, and they were not really sure how to get to the next level. Now, it's okay to have a great idea, but it's not enough, because good ideas, we can get good ideas every day. How about executing them? So we carved our why to be something pretty apt and straightforward. And we always like to say that our why is, you know, there's a gap between your idea and its execution, and we're here to bridge that gap. So everything between your idea and its execution, we range from things like business planning, market research, feasibility reports, financials, accounting, recruitment, trainings, everything that actually helps the foundation of the business. How is that business going to thrive? You know, the marketing, the PR. So that's what we do. That's us at Elbarita. So we like to call ourselves the secret of many successful businesses, because that's what we do, and that's who we are. Now, Connect 360, on the other hand, is a platform which, you know, I personally started many years ago just with a couple of friends, because I saw that we needed to connect. So it's connecting African business owners around the world. So what does that mean? You know, everybody coming together somehow on a platform, and they were able to say, oh, I'm in the States and I do this, I'm in Nigeria and I do this. We can connect because we're on this platform. And they were able to network, people are able to do partnership platform. It's such an exciting platform. It's a social platform, it's free, it's not like anybody has to pay, but the goal is really to just have the right people on board to take everybody from where they are to where they need to be. Because I personally believe that you're one person away from your miracle somehow, because all you need is to meet one person that's going to change everything. But if you don't have the right network, relationships are built, but you have to make sure that you have the right set of people around you. If not, you might not be able to get to the next level. Everything is relationships here in Nigeria, and I'm sure it's no different in America as well.
Oh yes, it's yes. I mean, it's no different. You know, no matter where you're on this side of this side of the world or that side of the world, is really about connections and who you really know. And, as you
Exactly.
said, sometimes, well, a lot of times people have great ideas, but how do you execute the great idea? Like, I may have
Mm-hmm.
this vision in my head and I know what I want to do. I just don't know how to lay it out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
How exactly?
well, man, I'm just going to say, grateful for programs and platforms like yours, that do make the connections, and, they do, take a person from point A to point B to C, D,
Exactly.
and to wherever their, final destination may be. So that's off to you.
Exactly.
All right. All right. Now, how can people get in contact with you if people want to learn more about your businesses, your services? Like, how can they get in contact with you via social media or the internet, website, what have you?
Okay. So our company website is www.elvarita.com. That's ELVARIDAH. I'm sure you're going to put it up as well.
Mhm.
Social media, all the handles are at Elvarita. And my personal Instagram and LinkedIn, Twitter is Nkechi Alade. So NKECHIALADE. So that's how to reach us. So internet, the website, sorry, social media, and then email info@elvarita.com. And definitely we'll get back to you.
All right. Okay. Now, Miss Nkechi Alade, we come to the last question, the question that my show is known for,
Okay.
to present it to you. What is the one word that best describes you and why?
What's the best word that describes me? Mm, I would say, word them out. I think I'll call myself a multitasker. That's
Okay.
very weird, I know, but I would, because I'm so good at multitasking, and I think that's one of the reasons why I do what I do. Because I
Mhm.
mean, working with people in different industries every day, you must be really good at multitasking. And at the same time, I run the businesses, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, and all of these things. So I'm actually say that I'm quite a multitasker. And I'm pretty good at it, which is really, I've never really thought of that. This question just came out of the blue. So I had to give you an answer on the spot. But I think I would use that one word. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, you know what? That's
I think
quite
I'll
all
use that
right.
one word.
And well, I'm just going to say connections, because at the end of the day,
Mm,
you're like connecting people with their dream. You know, you're like,
exactly. That's good. That's true.
hey, you're all about the business, and you're really sitting people down. You're talking to them and you're taking their vision from
Yeah.
point A to point B. That's making a connection. Making,
Mm-hmm.
man, you're
Mm-hmm.
having people make connections with others to take their businesses or what have you, further than what they could.
Yeah.
So connections,
Mm.
bridge, what have you. I mean, it's all positive. That's all I have to say. Well, I thank you for being a guest. I wholeheartedly thank you
That's
for
true.
coming on my platform. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. It was so much fun. Thank you so much for having me on the platform.
No problem at all. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Word with Ty Brownlow. I've been your host, Ty Brownlow. Remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Word with Ty Brownlow, or you can just go to my website, tybrownlow.com. You're definitely going to get this conversation plus other great interviews as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done for today. We're out. Peace. Thank you.